Well, hello everyone. It's Cynthia Rowland here.
And Jackie Silver here.
And together we are the Ageless
Sisters. Hi.
Hi, Jackie. Boy, am I happy to see you today.
Happy to see you every day. Any day.
Me too. It makes me smile every time I hear from you. So there you go. Well, we have a pretty exciting show today. Some things I've shared with you, some things I have not. But Jackie's been a very busy gal since we last had a show because she had it in her heart to write something to share with all of you, and it's called the Diabetic Ultimate Beauty Book.
Right.
How did you have that come in your heart, Jackie Silver?
You know, I was reading online like I do voraciously, and I saw the most shocking statistic. It said more than 100 million U.S. adults are diabetic or pre-diabetic. And I said, how can it be that many? How many people are in the United States? I think it's something like 300 million. So that would be like
Exactly.
1 in 3. That would be 1 in 3. Or
Yes.
I'm not good. Okay, I'm not good with math, but that's a lot.
That's a lot.
I started thinking about, well, you know how you start thinking about the statistics? Well, I don't have diabetes, so who around me must have it? And in talking to my husband, I found out that his mother and his brother, both of them passed since for years. They both had diabetes. One of my best friends was diagnosed with it in her 30s, late 30s, and struggles with it all the time. And my own mother has diabetes. So I started thinking that, yeah, that is a lot of people in my inner circle, probably some I don't know about as well.
Right.
And I thought, you know what? Diabetes affects so many things, more than just your blood sugar and your insides. It also affects the way you look. And studies have shown that, you know, if you look better, then you feel better. You can actually boost your health by looking better. So I thought, how can I help people who have been diagnosed with diabetes or are pre-diabetic? How can I help them to stop worrying about the outer beauty part, because here's quick things you can do in a hurry. Diabetes affects your skin. It affects the blood vessels, which changes your collagen. Collagen is the backbone of your skin. It affects your hair. A lot of people with diabetes suffer hair loss. It affects your eyes. So then what happens when you wear eye makeup? People with diabetes are more prone to getting fungal infections in their toenails, in addition to infections in their feet, which, you know, you've heard about. So I thought, let's address these things in a really concise, quick way, so people with diabetes or someone you know with diabetes, or if you're pre-diabetic or someone you know is, you can just read this real quickly, do these tips, and not worry about that. You have enough to worry about with blood sugar and testing your A1C levels and all of the different things you have to do, exercising, changing your diet. So let's just read this, get the tips, do it, and get that part out of the way.
Well, this is a very comprehensive booklet that you put together. I know it's 25 pages of chock full of lots of great information, tips, and not just for women, for men and women, because this disease affects everybody, not just women.
Exactly. It affects everybody. And, you know, people just still want to look good. You want to look good so you can feel better. And that's why I did the booklet, because, you know, I talked about this a lot in the public on our Ageless Sisters. I had a very hard 2 years. I had a lot of stress for 2 years. And I felt like the last thing I wanted to do was worry about how I look. And so I felt like I wasn't looking as good as I used to. So therefore I wasn't feeling as good as I used to. And I started back again doing facial magic, facial exercises, using my Luscious Lips Lip Pump, doing, you know, more exercise, playing more racquetball, just smiling more and wanting to get it back. And it does make you feel better.
Absolutely. And for those viewers who are listening to Jackie, this booklet is available on my website. In fact, we're getting ready to put together a bookstore just for my website, because there's lots of information that's been published by Jackie Silver and myself and other women as well that we might invite to see their booklets. But you can get this booklet for $1.99, which I think is like, it'd be like $20, but it's not. Jackie's always so generous for her information and her time. So you can go to my website and go to the shop area where it says skincare, and that's where we put it, because we know that diabetics have special needs for skin. They suffer from dry skin so badly, and they're constantly drinking. But even tests show that if you keep yourself going with 64 ounces of water a day, it may not be enough for a diabetic to have that amount of liquid in their system to actually hydrate their body. Did you know that?
Well, yeah, they do. Diabetics can suffer from dry mouth. And so if your mouth is dry, then your lips are going to be dry, and they're not going to be plump and juicy like you want them to be. So there's all kinds of tips in the book for, you know, all the different beauty tips that address someone that has diabetes, because there's so many things that are affected by it.
Yes.
As I mentioned
Your vision
before.
is another thing that's affected by diabetes. So many people have problems just focusing their eyes, and they think, oh, well, I need my glasses to read. And it may not be nothing more than just a symptom of this condition. But I love your book. It's a great book. It's an easy read, and things I never even thought of were in that book, Jackie. So you have a wonderful book there on your hands, and I hope it's a bestseller for you.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for putting it on your site and in our new bookstore that we're going to put some more books.
Yes, and for those of you who watch Jackie and me on Facebook, we're also starting some new Facebook ads with that book starting this week. So if you want your copy, just click on that and it'll go take you right to where you need to be to buy that book for yourself or for any of your sisters, your brothers, your loved ones, best friends, all of those.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And I hope it helps millions of people, because, people need and want to get this information.
Yes. I wanted to let you know I'm wearing one of the new Spirited Women wraps.
It looks beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. You're the one that introduced me to that woman. Nancy Mills.
Nancy.
Yes, and boy, does she design the best looking scarves. So this is called the Angel Wing Scarf, and I love it. And it's appropriate to wear spring and summer, just so perfect.
It looks great, and it really beautifully goes with your lipstick. Your lips look wonderful. Maybe I should have had a little brighter lipstick on camera. You know me, I'm always understated.
Well, I know, but your blouse is beautiful. I love that look on you.
Thank you.
It just frames your face so nicely.
Speaking
of framing your face, I want to tell you everyone a story about Jackie and me when we were in New York.
Oh, what's this?
Well, when Jackie and I were in New York, she said, oh, we have tickets to go see the Wendy Williams show. And so I was so excited, because I've always thought that Wendy Williams is some type of wonderful gal, because she's tall, she's beautiful, and she has the most amazing skin. Well, just this past week, Jackie, I read an article about her skin and how she moisturizes constantly day and night. I have all sorts of moisturizers here at my desk. I do it too. But it brought me back to the time that we went to see her show. Do you remember that day?
Of course, it was like 0 degrees. We were waiting outside online, and literally my feet were freezing to the pavement. I think yours probably were too. But
Absolutely.
I do remember that my feet were freezing to the pavement from standing there.
And I just want everyone to know that Jackie and I are not prima donnas, okay? We are hardy souls. We can take cold, and we used to tromp around in New York when it was very cold and snowy. But when we got to the Wendy Williams show, we thought we had passes to go right in. Remember?
Well,
And
not only did we think we had passes to go right in, we thought we deserved passes to go right in.
that too. But we stood outside, seriously, an hour and a half, and I believe it was 14 degrees. I had cramps in my legs from the cold. Finally, they let us in to the building because this is all outside. And we still had to wait longer and longer. Like another hour, we stood inside the building, and we decided, you know what? The next time we go to a show like this, we're going to make certain that we don't have to wait outside, because that was so brutal. And there were women much older than we waiting for these tickets for Wendy Williams.
Yeah,
so
well,
no wonder she has such great skin, because she doesn't have to wait outside in the cold.
is that the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is don't wait outside in the cold, because you're going to tap your skin. We were like frozen little girls in New York trying to make our way to a restaurant where we could just sit down, have a cup of tea, and thaw.
And the funny thing is, just as we said, forget this, we're leaving, they called us in and we went and watched the show.
See you later, guys. We're not doing this. Anyway, I'm sure she has a great show when you're there on in person. Because we see, on TV what she puts out, but she's quite the gal.
Okay. I thought you were going to talk about, when you were talking about the shape of a face, I thought you were going to talk about George Clooney, because you told me you wanted to talk about that topic today.
We are going to talk about George Clooney because he has the Greek golden ratio of beauty and symmetry in his face. But I bet, Jackie Silver, if you took the same test, this is why I wanted to talk about it, this face mapping according to the Greek standards of beauty, I bet you $1 you would be as 92% or better than George Clooney.
Oh, wow. Why? Oh, I know why. Because I do facial magic facial exercises, and that makes your face very symmetrical. That's problem. You would have the same thing.
It does. Yeah.
Right. You would have the same.
When I was reading all about this article, I was thinking, this is Jackie Silver's face, because you have that symmetry that really creates great beauty.
Well, thank you so much. And I do owe it to facial magic, because it really does make your face so symmetrical. It just works those muscles in the face. And, like even when I'm a slacker sometime, and we got a lovely email from a woman named Kathy who thanked us. I know I'm digressing, but I just want to bring that up and thank Kathy for emailing us and inviting all of our listeners and viewers to email us, because she was so touched that we share some of our personal information. And she said she had gone through a really hard time, and she was happy to hear me talk about that I was a slacker and I wasn't afraid to admit it. But the great part about facial magic, facial exercises, it's just like going to the gym. If you have a hard time, or suddenly you just feel like you don't feel like working out for a few weeks or a few months or a year, I could never skip the gym for a year, but I do know people who do. Yeah. Once you get back in, you have that muscle memory, and you can get your body toned up again no matter what your age. And that's exactly how it is with facial magic. I'm almost 60. I'm not afraid to admit it. And so I didn't do facial magic for that much over the past year. Someone who's almost 60 would have a lot more wrinkles. But because I picked it right back up, and even over the year, I still did, once a week, once a month, whenever I could fit it in. The bad thing is I get guilt, when I don't do facial magic. I get severe guilt. But I just pick it up again whenever I'm feeling my most guilty, and I start doing it, and it works all the time, all the time.
My sister Candace says the very same thing, Jackie, and she always talks about how it makes her feel so confident about her appearance, because once you know the secrets of facial magic, you've got them forever. And just like if you feel a little down in the dumps and you get in there and put your gloves on and start manipulating your face, all of a sudden that confidence level comes back to you again.
Absolutely. And your sister Candace is very beautiful, just like you. And I love when I came to visit you and I saw her, how amazing her face looked after she'd been doing the exercises again. You know, we all stop. I mean, you don't stop, but everyone else in the whole world besides Cynthia Rowland has stopped. But that's the great part. You could just start up again. You know what I do? It's a little tip that I would like to share that I had written in my book, my first book, which was called Aging Backwards, Secrets to Staying Young. And I mentioned that a lot of times people don't want to work out. You know, you just feel like, oh, I'm tired. I'm lazy today. I don't have time. I don't want to get in my car and go to the gym. But my tip, which it does relate to facial magic too, is that I would just put on my cutest outfit that I feel good in and put on my sneakers and either go to the gym or turn on the tapes or the on-demand videos on TV and just do the first exercise. And once you do that, you get your blood pumping, you get your energy going, and it's the same way with facial magic. So what I do is I put on my wonderful country music tunes that I buy on iTunes and download onto my iPad and iPod. And I start the music and I do the first exercise, the eye exercise. And once I have that done, I'm raring to go. It's like, what was I so afraid of? Or what was I so not wanting to do? Or what was I too tired for? Nothing. Not tiring. You could do all the exercises in 20 minutes.
That's right. You know, even when I teach the class online, Jackie, and I do a lot of talking throughout the class with little helpful hints here and there, it's still only 35 minutes to get through all 8 exercises. And when I'm doing them here by myself and I don't have to talk to anybody, 22 minutes, I am done. I'm out the door.
Exactly. You and I have done them in 22 minutes many times.
Oh, yes. Many, many, many times.
And, of course, I have my handsome husband doing them, and we do them in 22 minutes.
It's so nice to have a handsome husband, isn't it?
It is.
Well, there's something I wanted to tell you that I found online, I want to share with you the 2017 Summer Beauty. What did I write? Trends.
Okay.
So, the first beauty trend for this summer are faux bangs. Do I have faux bangs, or do you have faux bangs?
Well, I don't. Mine are real. Are yours real?
Yes, they're real.
Oh, okay.
I keep cutting them, making certain that, you know, you can at least see my cut in my eyebrows and everything.
I cut mine today. I just cut these today.
Yeah. Well, they're easy to cut once you know the secret on how to cut bangs, okay?
What's the secret?
Well, okay, you kind of told me about this secret.
Oh, okay.
You leave the longer sides on the side, and you deal with only these here in the middle. And I twist them, and then just take my little scissors and snip off the end of that twist. And they just kind of fall into place, looking cute.
Yes, they do look really cute, but listen, only twist them one time. Don't twist around and around.
Okay.
They do look really cute. You did a good job, and they came out. My new thing is I don't even twist them anymore. I just hold them in between my fingers to the level that I want, and I snip them just straight across now. Yeah, I have a new way of doing it now. I just changed my mind about the twist. Because one time I did the twist, and they were longer on one side than the other, and I said, that can't be right.
I see that here.
So the next time, I twisted them in the opposite direction so that they would be, you know, longer on the other side instead. But anyway,
there you go.
I don't twist them anymore. I just hold them and snip them.
Yep.
That's not for everyone, though, okay? Not everyone can do that.
Well, you're a practiced snipper.
Right.
Okay.
Don't try this at home.
Yes, don't try it. Well, I want to talk to you about the second thing I learned today on the 2017 Summer Beauty Trends. Would you do a buzz cut, Jackie?
No.
Shave your head and make it platinum?
Right. Never in a million years. I've seen that trend. Never in a million years would I shave my head. Never.
Okay. I just wanted to know. I mean, there are some women that are shaving their heads because their best girlfriend has cancer and is in treatment and all of that. That might be one thing to shave your head.
Okay,
right.
That's different.
But as a beauty statement, I just don't get it. And maybe you have to only be 25 years old. What?
Right. Number one, these young girls are doing it. But for example, Kristen Stewart did it. She has such a beautiful face. This girl could put carrots on her head and look beautiful, okay? Some people can pull it off, but not everybody can pull off a shaved head, okay? Like, for example, when Britney Spears shaved her head that time, she has a pretty face too, but she didn't exactly pull it off.
Yeah. It's shocking when you see somebody who's had long hair and then all of a sudden there's a buzz cut there.
Right.
I know that from my son. My son used to have long hair and now he's got a buzz cut. It's pretty shocking to look at him.
It probably what about the summer?
It probably does. What about the orange eyeshadow?
Not for me. I have seen it. It does look really beautiful on some people. I wouldn't do orange eyeshadow, but you know, for me personally, I like natural. That's why I love Facial Magic. That's why I love Luscious Lips Lip Pump. I love things that look natural. Maybe it's because I'm from a different generation. And also I'm not into the look at me, look at my selfies, look at my butt in my selfie. I'm not into that, you know?
Yeah.
And that's, the young girls are into that. So I guess like the more outrageous they can be, the more attention they can attract, and that's like the thing. How much attention can you attract?
Right, on Snapchat or wherever they're portraying all of these things. Okay, the last trend is kind of a throwback to a few years ago, and that is that pin straight hairstyles. Have you seen that? You know, using the flat iron.
I'm all aboard with that. I love straight hair. I flat ironed mine, even though I did put a little curl in it, but I do like the pin straight hair. I love that, actually.
It's a real throwback to the 60s to me.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. I have thick hair.
You do.
And by the time I try to do this flat ironing stuff, it's just so much of it. If I go to the salon and have somebody do it there, that's much different than me trying to manage this at home. But there's one thing about having that pin straight hair that everybody needs to know about, and that is you need to have heat protection on your hair.
Right.
Because it can cause that outer layer to get kind of funky looking and crispy looking. So I don't think that's a good look for me.
I agree 1,000,000%, but I also want to say too that people who want that pin straight hair should definitely be doing Facial Magic, because you can't have a long face with pin straight hair. And as you age, your muscles elongate, right? Because they become lax. And when you do Facial Magic, it lifts all that and it makes you have a smaller looking face for, you know, until you stop doing it again. But so for the pin straight hair, it goes very well with Facial Magic, I think.
I think it does. I don't like the hair around my face so much. I like it back. You know, I notice that sometimes I play with my hair and throw it all back, and I don't think I could do that with pin straight hair. I'd probably not look quite as good that way.
Your hair looks really cute because it has that body, and it looks so adorable right now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So do yours. Always looks so fabulous. Well, you mentioned Luscious Lips a while ago. I wanted to let you know we're going to do a special promotion for the next, until the 22nd, I believe. From now until the 22nd. So today is no, that's not right. The 15th. I beg your pardon. From now until the 15th, 20% off any Luscious Lips configuration that you want.
Wow.
Even if you wanted to buy 5 Luscious Lips, you get 20% off of that. So, but here's the deal. You have to enter a special code when you check out, and that is LIPS, L-I-P-S. You get 20% off, which is, I think, we only do that usually in February for Valentine's Day. But we were talking earlier today, let's do that, make sure that everybody knows that.
Well, would it be okay if I put that on social media? Because that's really such a great opportunity.
Yes, it is. It's a great opportunity. You know, lip pumps break. I mean, the one I have on my desk is about 2 years old. That's about been my length of time that they've lasted for me. But I have a client. She's had hers for 10 years.
What?
She just bought a new lip pump. She finally wore that sucker out.
Wow, 10 years.
Wow, that's right. Because I thought, you know, 2 years was good for me because it's plastic and you use it, you know what, several times a day. And but she kept hers for 10 years.
She probably keeps her mattress for 12 years too.
Probably. I was just talking with somebody about that mattress situation, that really every 8 years you need to replace your mattress. Otherwise, how can you drag it out the door because you've got all those dead skin cells inside the darn thing, you know?
No, I can't believe you said that out loud because, you know, I don't even like to think about what's in the bed.
I know. But it's that ecosystem that lives on our bodies, and they have to go somewhere in the mattress.
Right. Actually, that brings me to one last tip if we're about to wrap up.
Okay.
Even if you wash your sheets once a week, which you're supposed to according to the scientists, I always wash my pillowcases several times a week. Whenever you're doing the towels or your delicates or anything, throw in your pillowcase, or at least the one you sleep on the most, you know, because it gets filled with oil and skin cells, and, you know, your skincare products might leach onto them. So wash your pillowcase whenever you do laundry. That's what I do.
And guess what? The experts also say that if you have a child who suffers from asthma, you've got to wash those pillowcases like every other day.
Oh, okay. That's a good tip.
Yes, it is. I know kids that suffer from asthma, and I don't think their mothers are washing their pillowcases like they could. Wait, and there's one more thing, Jackie, that I wanted people to know about you.
Uh-oh, what?
Jackie Silver is one heck of a cook, okay?
Well,
this girl can make things like candied apples that look like they came out of Neiman Marcus catalog, and butter chicken, and hush puppies. This girl can cook, and I like that about women who really get in there and can, not afraid of any recipe. She can knock it down and make it look so delicious. So just so that you know that about Jackie Silver.
Well, thank you for that tidbit, and I can say the same about you because Cynthia Rowland is an amazing cook. But let's talk about maybe something else that people don't know about you. I'd have to think, because I do know what an amazing cook you are, but besides being a wonderful and giving person. But next time, tune in, because I'm going to reveal something about Cynthia Rowland that you don't know.
Oh, dear. Well, maybe the next time we shoot the show, we'll be together in Florida.
Right.
Or Los Angeles if we're lucky. If I win the lotto, Jackie, we're going to LA. Forget Florida.
Okay, I love that. I'll hold you to it.
Okay, well, I'm anxious to hear the next time what you know about. I know you know a lot of things about that. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we have had a great show today. We are so happy that you joined us, and we are so delighted to bring you the Ageless Sisters, because we have as much fun doing this show as you probably do watching us.
Right.
Anything else, Miss Silverstone, that you want to say? Okay.
Thanks for watching, and love you, and see you soon.
From our heart to your heart, we love all of you. Okay, we're done for the day. All right. Bye, Jackie.
Bye.
Love ya.
Love ya.
Yeah.